Hello, my name is Tim, my company is Sports and Touring, and it is my special delight to introduce you to this beautiful Mazda MX-5 Kendo edition. This is probably the very best MX-5 NC we have ever seen in our stock. It's travelled fewer than 15,000 miles, and it is almost completely blemish-free, with only the odd tiny sign that it isn't a brand new car. Let's take a look around. So back in 2011, Mazda were rightly pleased. Global sales of the MX-5 had passed 900,000, and in the UK, 100,000. And in celebration of those things and the arrival of spring, they launched the Kendo edition. Kendo, a Japanese word meaning the way of the sword, and a word which in a way reflects the MX-5. It's a precision thing. It has a sharp cutting edge to the refinements in technology which have been achieved over the years. It's a slender thing, a thing of beauty, a thing which is bright and shiny, but with detail all around, just like the handle, perhaps, on a ceremonial sword. And the Kendo edition, offered in a limited edition of only 750 hardtop 2-litre cars in the UK, in dolphin grey in this case with stone leather, and with a series of additional refinements, including cruise control, Bose sound, Bluetooth, and of course the limited slip differential, which is such an important part of the exquisite handling in an MX-5 NC. And then we come to this car. And my word, when we first saw it, we were astonished, in fact, that it had travelled as many as 14,800 miles, because it is almost impossible to see a tiny blemish, a minute stone chip, anywhere. In fact, I'm looking now and I can see nothing but perfection. The paint, as you see, is deep and lustrous and shiny, with that beautiful depth of the kind of pearlescent effect. The wheels, which we haven't had to refurbish because they don't need it. They're fabulous. The tyres, Bridgestone tyres, are excellent, and you can see the brake calipers. We have never seen a set of MX-5 brake calipers in the condition of these before. Another thing we always look for, of course, are the exhaust tips. Well, there you are, shiny and bright. This is not going to be somebody's daily driver. This is very definitely a collector's MX-5, an enthusiast's car. I'll be astonished if we don't sell it to someone who's a member of the MX-5 Owners Club. And wherever it goes, I fully expect to see it attracting attention in social media and being lauded and appreciated as a truly wonderful example of this iconic sports car. The car's supplied, of course, with 2 remote key fobs, and unlocking the door, we can open up and take a look inside at a door card which is factory fresh, at a scuff plate which shows hardly any sign at all of entry and exit, at these stone leather seats, which are exquisitely good. No wear whatsoever on the bolster there or there, where we would expect to see it on an MX-5 NC. The carpets, the dashboard, the steering wheel, all just as they should be. And then sitting down into the MX-5, into this beautiful, snug cockpit, where everything falls so well to hand, We'll put the key in there and see the dashboard light up with 14893 miles as we're shooting the video. Looking around the cockpit, well, between the seats there, we've got the lockable glove compartment or stowage compartment between the seats. We've got, of course, the two cup holders there correctly with the divider in place and with that little tray for a pen, perhaps. Electric windows, handbrake, and then, unusually, because most of the MX-5 NC 2 litres are with 6-speed boxes, here we have a 5-speed gearbox. And I did talk at length about this with the last owner of this car. And he finds that the lengthier gears in the 5-speed box were one of the things that he enjoyed about driving this car. Overtakes in particular don't so often require a gear change if you can stay in second or third. And with the lovely torquey 2-litre engine in this car, I have found when I've been driving it exactly the same thing. I could very easily live with this 5-speed box in this car. Here we've got the climate control and heated seats, of course, and the Bose stereo system with Bluetooth telephony as well. On the steering wheel, on the left-hand side, we've got the audio and Bluetooth controls, and on the right-hand side, cruise control, another feature of this Kendo edition. And that lovely instrument binnacle with the oil pressure gauge top centre, showing you this is a sports car and you're monitoring what the engine is up to. The enormously reliable Mazda engine in this NC. It's a gorgeous place to be, and look at the quality. I'm searching hard to find a blemish in this cockpit, and it is virtually impossible to do so. A fabulous car in amazing condition and truly a credit to its previous keepers. Now, I'm a little bit obsessive about convertible cars. Having owned many over the years, I think back to the really great ones and the really awful ones. And one of the things that qualified the really awful ones to occupy that space was a folding roof which took far, far, far too long, was much, much, much too complicated, and therefore a continual worry from a maintenance and reliability point of view, and which got in the way of those fleeting moments at the traffic lights when you realise there's a patch of sun ahead and you can have the top down, but you know that it's going to take far too long to fold the roof away, and therefore you continue driving with the roof up. Well, the MX-5 is one of the best cars in the world in this regard. It's a simple mechanism, an unbelievably reliable mechanism, and a mechanism that operates very swiftly and very simply. I'll talk you through opening the roof first of all. There's the release handle here with a button to enable you to move it into the open position. Then we simply press the button. The windows go down very slightly. The roof cover folds out of the way. The roof itself disappears. The cover moves back into position, and a little buzz tells you that the roof is down and you're able to enjoy your soft top motoring. You can put the windows fully down, or you can pop them back into position as you desire. Closing the roof, just as quick, just as easy. Simply press the close button, the windows move again, the cover lifts out of the way, the roof folds itself simply into position there, then the cover goes back into place. There's that beep again to tell you all is well. Lock the roof in position, close the windows, and the job is done. Easy, simple, and very reliable indeed. The NC boot releases either from a button in the cockpit or from the remote key fob. And lifting the lid, we can see a good usable space. The design of the MX-5, putting the folding roof between the seats and the boot, means that the folding roof doesn't interfere with the boot space as it does, for example, on a lot of Mercedes and some BMW cars. It leaves a good, deep well and a boot that extends out right behind the rear wheel arches, meaning that as long as you pack soft bags, there's more than enough room in here for anything you need, for a trip away for a week or two, or indeed for plenty of shopping if you're going to the supermarket. Although I will say again that while I might expect to see this car occasionally in the supermarket car park, It's going to be a car which will spend more time, I dare say, on very pleasurable trips, occasionally through a good summer or visiting car shows, I imagine. And again, the condition, the carpet is perfect. The inflation kit is there where it should be. The tool roll is present. And the condition throughout is immaculate. The passenger side of the car, again, is in stunning order. A perfect door card, an unblemished scuff plate, this beautiful leather seat, the special edition Kendo floor mat, dashboard and so forth are just as they should be. Under the bonnet, and there is Mazda's 2-litre, 16-valve direct overhead cam engine, producing 161 horsepower and propelling this MX-5 from 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds. Not earth-shattering, but the point of the MX-5 is the driving experience, the pleasure of perfectly coordinated steering, brakes, throttle, clutch. The fact that the pedals are laid out so you can heel and toe with ease and grace and without any difficulty whatsoever. And then again, look at the quality under here and the cleanliness in this engine bay is amazing. Normally there are little areas that would be hard to get at when the car's being valeted and detailed, but in this case, I think it's simply that there's never been any dirt in there. It's in astonishingly good order. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been a huge pleasure to show you this beautiful MX-5. We're Sports and Touring, we're just outside Andover in Hampshire, open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to WhatsApp, email or telephone us with any inquiries, or if you'd like to come and see this beautiful MX-5 in person. We can send you a link to the Google Drive where we've got high-resolution photographs which you can zoom in on, and PDF copies of important documents relating to the car. If you've got a vehicle to dispose of, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you'd like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA. Thank you once again, and I do look forward to hearing from you very soon.